All right, if you do not recognize this gym, this is Concordia University. A lot of great things have happened to this university, including moving to N.C.A.A Division III. And you may recognize this face as well. Stanley Bonewitz, former Texas Tech Red Raider, now the head coach of the Tornadoes here. And big things, and you have already achieved greatness here at Concordia. The first time to the big dance at the N.C.A.A level.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, I think you know how you determine, how you define greatness depends season to season. But I think we're excited. You know, considering the fact that it's the first time since moving, like you said, to the N.C.A.A level, to have this opportunity to do what we did this past weekend. It was a good weekend. Guys played well. We did some good things, and you know, hopefully, now that we're in the tournament, we can stay in it for a little while.
Now, the March Madness for D1 is a few weeks away, but for you guys, is there that outside possibility, outside chance that you guys could make a nice run and may have experienced a Final Four?
Well, you know, you always, you know, you can if you're in. You know, if you're not in, there's no chance. So we got a better chance than we did last year and the years previous when we haven't been in it. So from that standpoint, yes. You know, a lot of things have to go well. You have to play well. You got to stay healthy. You got to hit shots. Like a lot of things have to really play out for that to happen. But you know, we're approaching this, as cliche-ish as it may sound, one game at a time. And we've done that really all season. This past weekend in the tournament, the thing we talked to our guys about was worry about what you can control. Worry about how hard are you going to play defense and what kind of attitude you're going to have. And then the games, let them take care of themselves. You know, let those play themselves out. But let's not worry about what could happen on Sunday. Let's not worry about the next game. Let's just worry about the moment, and let's handle what we can handle. And fortunately, it worked out for us.
Now, I do have to ask, you were at Texas Tech during some great years.
Absolutely.
You know, Coach James Dickey, Darvin Ham, just to name a few there, Jason Sasser.
Right.
What did you learn from that group that maybe, and I'm sure they learned some things from you as well, but that you still utilize as a coach or apply on the court?
That you got to have really, really good players to have a chance to be successful. And I think that's one of the key points that I picked up is you really do. You got to have guys that can make plays for you and guys that are coachable and guys that buy in. And you know, the thing with those teams is, you know, Coach Dickey would be the first to say there was great leadership. And, you know, as a coach, he did a great job of teaching, of coaching, of managing. But as much as anything, there was a core group of guys that really bought in and understood what Coach wanted. And I think that's been the case this year, is that, you know, I've been able to do a couple of things to help this group. But for the most part, the seniors, the returners, the guys that are on the court are the ones that have been kind of making the plays and the ones setting the tone in practice and the ones doing a great job of holding each other accountable to make sure we don't have any off days. So, you know, I think when your best players are your most selfless players, you got a chance to be pretty good, and that's kind of been the formula for this team.
And because when you achieve March Madness, you receive a lot more exposure, airtime, people like me asking ridiculous questions, but this is your time. What's the pitch for kids, prospects to come to Concordia? Obviously winning is a big part, but here's your chance to really sell this place.
Well, we got a great institution. We got an institution that, you know, it models a certain form of leadership. You know, the big mission of the institution is to develop Christian leaders, and as a institution, as a department, that's something we really take pride in. And this group has bought into that philosophy. I think from a basketball standpoint, the style of play, you know, we play different than most teams. We averaged right at about 97 a game this year. We press, we get up and down the floor, and you know, some people kind of criticize it because they say, well, you're just kind of playing street ball with a few rules. But it's a system my dad used in high school that led us to a state championship, and it's one that is predicated on defensive pressure. And we talk to our guys about, if you'll play hard on defense, offensively, I'm going to give you a lot of freedom. And so it's a fun way to play. You know, to me, as a player, I played in multiple systems at multiple levels, and I had the most fun when I was able to get up and down the floor and play with some freedom, and our scores were in the hundreds, and playing basketball the way I think it should be played. So I think from a recruiting standpoint, that's one thing we've really been able to sell, is the style and the fact that it's just so different from what most people do.
Coach Bonewitz, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. You know, I'm showing my age, but I did used to watch him. You know, a lot of us did. It was great basketball back then. Best of luck to you guys and in the Tornadoes. For Stan Bonewitz, Sean Clinch, KU Sports. Man, that was awesome.
Sean, thanks for coming
Man,
out, man.
good luck
I do
to you
appreciate
guys.
it a lot. Thanks.